Hello, and before we get started, Earth 2 in the Know would like to wish you guys all a happy halving. Remember, we are just getting started with our voyage into the crypto space, so you may have questions about what to expect. We wanted to go over a few scenarios that may happen as we enter what many people call the banana zone. So what exactly is the banana zone? It is a phrase coined by people who have seen the effects of the overall increases of value inside the market caused by Bitcoin reducing its available supply by half. Typically, people who are into high risk, high reward will buy anything that is trending or fits the narrative. And this year, the narrative seems to be AI and blockchain gaming. And as we know, both of them are something the team at Earth2 are very, very comfortable with. So because we ourselves at the company are not as versed in how trading works inside the DeFi space as certain experts, we will not be offering any advice. Now, we may bring on a qualified professional to do features inside the channel. That is something that we're definitely planning on doing. But for the layman, we're not going to put it out there for you guys. So don't expect that. We're not going to soup you up for anything. We're not going to hype you out. Plenty of people do that, and sometimes it works out great for people, and other times, it's mostly so they can fill their own pockets. We will not even be telling you whether investing in the market is a good choice. All we can do is tell you that we ourselves do in fact do it. Anyways, back to the topic at hand. Some possible outcomes of what may happen as we watch the countdown happen to that magical moment we call the halving. Well, first and foremost, one possible outcome is absolutely nothing. And that is very commonplace for the summer months after the halving. Typically what happens is summer is right after the American tax season. So people are pulling from assets to cover tax costs, and that causes the market to drop. Also, many people take summer vacations and have to spend more on children out of school, so there's less throwaway income. There is also the many other reasons why there may be market hesitancy, but typically a lot of analysts want to watch how things play out as people slowly acquire positions and create exposure to new assets. Things start to heat up. Now, per history, as we know, history repeats itself. After the first few months, things really start to heat up and money flows back into the markets. And that is when we start to see massive gains in startups, NFT space, and tech and meme coins. So this is what we were expecting to happen, as it has happened several times before. However, there are some other driving features which may actually cause it to rocket sooner. Such as Bitcoin and ETH ETFs were just approved in the Hong Kong market, as well as many private investment firms have started to offer them to their clients. If you're unfamiliar with how an ETF works or what it is, this is a quote directly from the Charles Schwab website. ETFs are exchange-traded funds, or exactly as the name implies, funds that are traded on exchanges, generally tracking a specific index. When you invest in an ETF, you get a bundle of assets you can buy and sell during market hours, potentially lowering your risk and exposure while helping to diversify your portfolio. So it's basically a way for people to invest into the blockchain without holding any actual coins in a wallet. However, we at Earth2 in the Know are big proponents of the saying, not my keys, not my crypto. Take it for what it is. So what does it mean for Essence as we fly through money just being hurtled into the market? Well, for one thing, we can minimally expect to see outside of the community interest in this new startup called Earth2. New startup. That sounds so weird to say. We can also expect a little overflow from that to be brought to the player side of the project, causing a bigger community. The community will either hold or sell off, because trust me, people will take profits after several years of waiting. That is, however, perfectly fine, as price action is good for a healthy market to keep people trading it. We can, in theory, expect the community to be on every thread on social media, spreading the word, causing it to trend in Google searches. We are an amazing community that can do amazing things, so I have no doubt that we will send it to the top of the trending searches in no time. Again, we do not advocate to tell you how to utilize your money, but we will say diversity is the key to life. That is why our Earth2 portfolio holds droids, civilians, skins, land, and loads of essence. So typically the effects of the halving tend to last 12 to 18 months after the fact. And then we see corrections bring the price back down. After all, it's all part of the game. If you understand it, you have a better chance of beating it. In other news, we saw a brand new skin release and a new territory open. This is our 2 in the know, and let's get into it. So the new release was a fun pair of boots that reminded us of moon boots with flair. Let's take a look at the Alley Cats together. So once again, we saw 4 colorways, all released in a limited edition run of 500 each, with 50 for the EcoSim. We saw the Alley Cats in glazed. Also given was the Alley Cats in bubblegum. Alley Cats in cosmic, which, let's admit, they're always flashy. And to finish off this release, we were given coral. Good old coral. Now, coral was not very popular as it did not sell out. Last we looked, it had a few minutes left, and there were still about 50 available for purchase before the timer ran out. So that's going to leave like 50 for purchase plus another 50 for the EcoSim. So 100 of those left out there. That said, you don't have to waste your money because we did pick up an extra pair for a giveaway in a future video. All you have to do to enter is sub and comment on any video for a chance to enter. Must be an active sub at the time of the drawing. I don't make the rules. I just live here. New on the horizon was a Tier 3 territory open with Oslo, Norway. And at the time of making this video, it is currently trading at about 0.123 USD or just over 12 cents a tile. As long as we see no surprises in the voting, St. Helena will be releasing in just under 2 days. We are still seeing common droids selling with a floor well under 50 cents USD. Which may be good for you if you were looking to pick up Essence at a discount. Now, we originally reported this as being because people wanted to sell off to use funds to acquire resources that they may have missed. But what we didn't report is that we may be seeing market saturation due to the fact that people have to get open slots for resource droids. So it's kind of a throw it all in there so we can make this happen kind of deal. Sale, sale, sale on Essence. So although we do not believe this is a floor that can last forever, we are more than likely going to see market conditions for like this until the dust settles and people get their portfolios in a rhythm. So, as we start to see the resources coming in, we are noting that there is a validity to the scarcity as the more common ones seem to come in much more readily than the higher tiers. Or maybe I just didn't buy enough mines. But I do have land with all of the resources available, and it does seem that the higher the tier, the longer it takes to mine the resource. So scarcity is a beautiful thing, and that's going to raise the value of those assets quite a bit. We haven't even really discussed that how once the market resources launches, that opens up an entire new class of so many different resources that can be traded individually for profit. You can customize your portfolio to hold whatever you need to build whatever you want, as long as you produce something. If you produce something, you are going to be set. I'll see you there. Let's get on with the video. Speaking of resources, we are also waiting to see what the new round of resources will look like, as it was stated that all land would produce some sort of resource. However, many users are reporting lots of land with to be determined being the only thing listed under the resource tab. There has also been reports of a bug that is changing some of the frequencies under the detection from HF to UF, but the team is aware of it and they are working on a fix. So rest easy, guys. Now, as the floor gets lower for the droids, we are seeing it raise for the jewels. At the time of the making of this video, jewels have a floor of 10 cents, which is up from 9, which equates to gaining a 10% increase in value overnight. The Bitcoin halving effect is real, y'all. Well, that about wraps up our report for now. Thanks for checking us out. We really do appreciate it. If you found this video useful, please feel free to like and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm, and we get a chance to, spread the word a little more. And as always, we cannot wait to see you in the Earth 2 metaverse.